and I'm excited to be able to give you all a final update on the 2023 elections taking place tomorrow. We believe that this year's elections are critical for the direction of this country. And for the millions of Americans headed to the polls tomorrow, the stakes are incredibly high. To set the stage, Democrats have had a fantastic year so far. We've not only won dozens of special elections, but we've consistently overperformed in races across the country by an average of 7 points. And we've successfully flipped seats in battleground states. However, we know Republicans are looking for a win. They've funneled millions of dollars into these elections, and if they win, they'll use their gains to restrict freedoms and take rights away. Fortunately, we've been hard at work to make sure that doesn't happen. As the official party committee for state legislatures and the leader in the fight to build state power, the DLCC has executed a year-round strategy to make early investments, set candidates and campaigns up for success, and help deliver the wins that are shifting the balance of power in states. If Democrats carry the day tomorrow, it will ensure a brighter future for millions of Americans and cement our party's momentum headed into 2024. As we like to say, there are truly no off years in state elections, and I'm excited to walk through what we're watching in the home stretch in Virginia, New Jersey, New Hampshire, and Pennsylvania, along with the abortion measure in Ohio, and what the results tomorrow might mean. So let's start in Virginia, where both chambers are on the ballot and where we are hoping to defend Democrats' majority in the state Senate and flip control of the House of Delegates. We now have weeks of early voting data in hand that shows promising signs for Democrats. But the data also confirms what we've known all year. Both chambers in Virginia will be close. There are still toss-up districts all across the state, and here's the bottom line. We need everybody to get out and vote tomorrow and turn in their mail-in ballots. Just like in 2019 and 2021, many of these races could come down to just a handful of votes, and any one of those seats could make the difference for these majorities. We know that everything is on the line in 2023. Virginia is the last state in the South that has not passed an abortion ban, and if Republicans get a trifecta, they will use their unchecked power to set Virginia back decades. Governor Youngkin and his slate of Republican candidates have shown they're already ready and willing to undermine voting rights, will do nothing to address gun violence, and are ready to launch new attacks on the LGBTQ community and the environment. And so the DLCC has left nothing to chance this election. We were the first national organization to invest in Virginia, starting with a special election all the way back in January, when we flipped a crucial Senate seat from red to blue. Since then, the DLCC has directed or committed over $2.2 million to the Virginia House and Senate caucuses to build winning campaign operations in the state. We were also early in raising the alarm bell on the national stage that Governor Youngkin would be spending big in these races, and have invested significant staff time and other resources to counter the barrage of spending we have seen. Republicans may have outspent us, but our early spending this year helped build a strong foundation and critical infrastructure in Virginia to weather the storm. We put Democrats on the ground in the best position to take full advantage of late spending and support from other groups, and now we just need to get out the vote. Make no mistake, while tomorrow is a huge moment in Virginia, it is also the latest chapter in a longer story. The DLCC has been in Virginia cycle after cycle, and thanks to steady gains, we're heading into this election defending our largest majority in the state Senate since 1991, and we are more than a dozen seats ahead of where we were in the House a decade ago. Regardless of the final outcome, we will continue to invest and work in Virginia for the many cycles ahead. Again, it's far too early for either side to declare victory, and we expect this year's election to be close in both chambers, likely coming down to just a few seats. Thinking about all that is at stake, we just need to win one chamber to stop the Republican trifecta. And if we're able to do that tomorrow night, that in itself will be a huge win. Governor Youngkin has promised a total Republican takeover and put all his money and capital on the line. So stopping him by any margin will be a success. If we win one chamber, that is a victory for the DLCC and our allies, but nothing is guaranteed right now. We're encouraging all of our Democratic voters to continue to vote early, return mail-in ballots, and make sure they're getting their friends and family to vote as well. For everyone who will be watching the results come in tomorrow night, we also want to share that there's a strong likelihood that we won't know everything on election night. A few important notes on the timeline we expect this week. First of all, the final mail-in ballot receipt deadline is not until Monday, November 13th at noon, which is a full week from today. In recent elections, in several of the larger localities, we saw nearly 10% of the vote by mail come in after Election Day. And in one locality, we saw as much as 30% come in after Election Day. We are expecting similar numbers this year, and this could delay final results in some of our tightest races. It is important to note that we expect these final batches of mail-in ballots to lean heavily Democratic, and even in GOP territory. So these votes should be helpful for our candidates in close races as they are counted. We also expect the number of provisional ballots to go up this year, as all voters who take advantage of same-day registration will be casting provisional ballots. Similar to the mail-in ballot deadline, the meetings to certify and count these provisional ballots do not need to conclude Tuesday night. So we expect there will be a wait to obtain final results from these ballots, especially in larger localities. Same-day registration voters tend to skew younger, and so we expect these ballots to favor Democrats as well. For example, in 2022, roughly 67% of all provisional ballots were Democratic votes, and roughly 96% of same-day registration ballots were ultimately counted. With all of that being said, the point is we may not know final results in Virginia tomorrow night. These races are on a razor's edge. And with that way Virginia counties report their results, some races may not even be called until about a week after the election. We want to prepare you all for a long wait, and we'll keep everyone updated. So now let's head over to New Jersey